Okay, how do we start? Vivek, what's the agenda?
Independent professionals in India. Independent India, basically.
Oh, independent professionals or independent India? What do we talk about?
I think basically what we are doing.
Yeah, so we talk about independent professionals in independent India. Yeah?
Yeah. Tomorrow is 15th August. So,
Yeah. Why are we doing it on 14th of August? Yeah, that's not our Independence Day. Really? Who scheduled this? I want to shoot the person.
yeah.
So, Vivek, how have you been celebrating Independence Day? Have you any memories from one of those celebrations?
Yeah. So, generally, before I left my house, like my home where I used to stay with my parents, we used to have this lunch and dinner kind of thing. So, everyone like contributed, like cooking like puri, sabji, kheer, sevaiya, like gulab jamuns, a lot of things. Basically, that's how we used to celebrate.
Wow.
And since I have
And
always lived,
then which place was that? Which part of India?
so it was in Bokaro, so which is right now in Jharkhand. So it's so
Yeah,
Bokaro.
yeah, but you are a Bihari. You were born in Bihar.
So tech, yeah. So I had this exact question. So I was having my interview. Uh, so so basically, it was a SCRA interview in UPSC. So one of the person asked me, okay, so are you a Bihari or are you from Jharkhand? So technically, I was born in Bihar because at that time Bokaro was a part of Bihar.
Yeah.
But then once you have spent like 10 years or like some years, then you become like the resident of that state.
Oh no, I was just pulling your leg. Yeah, I wasn't going into technicalities.
No, I just remember that one incident that happened.
Bokaro Steel City.
Yes, to be very precise.
Yes. Yeah, I remember Independence Day very different ways. For me, of course, as a child, it was um, more like yeah, I used to get a lot of good food, yeah, sweets. But yes, part of the school, it was always that since I can't really call it, unfortunately, yeah, but yeah, whatever it is. I didn't like going up the stage, but as a child, I was somewhat good in studies. I was always made to go up the stage and do something. Read this, tell people about Independence Day, or do something, or even worse, be part of the cultural program. Most often, I was just standing there or part of the queue, so I always hated it. Yeah, but then yes, we had a lot of fun. Every time I remember, and then I think the most fun part was when in my IIT Bombay time. At that time, in the hostels, the celebrations were more like in second year. Actually, I was the guy who was supposed to arrange everything. So that year we had kind of made it be a bit special. So got so the primary part of the job was to make sure at least we have a good attendance because the hostel warden used to come to and for the flag, and that time, of course, it was an issue of a prestige that yeah we should have some people. So all I had to do was I had to just increase the budget a bit to get more sweets and something more. And that year, yeah, I managed to pull off really a lot of people. And of course, I had blackmail a lot of them. If they don't join, yes, they will see the ugly side of me. It's part of my question of my prestige as well. That yeah, all of you should be there. So yes, that's the one which I remember the most, because after that, after the celebrations, yeah, people, of course, we were in hostel. So yeah, all of my batchmates, they just, yeah, they gave me a lot of bumps. Yeah, so those who are from hostel, they will know how bumps are really.
Yeah. Hopefully, I never got there.
Okay, so so you have never been into a job proper, like you have never been in a corporate job, correct?
No, actually, never.
Yeah, same like me. Yeah, okay.
And like that was the plan, I guess. Since I was in eighth or ninth standard, I'll never do a job.
Oh, you decided that early on. Wow.
Yeah.
No,
So
I realized that only in my second year or third year probably, that yeah, and that I'll probably not fit in a job.
okay. So why,
Um,
or like how come? How that?
so this in being independent is part of things. I realized that ultimately, if you have to bring a change, you have to be independent, really, wherein you can be somewhat control of your destiny. And if you really want to say that, if you want to change the world, yeah, you need to have resources, and resources which are really, under your control, yeah, which where you can afford to run experiments, and go by some hunches to deploy those resources at wherever you want. That's where I realized. And of course, I've been meeting and talking to a lot of entrepreneurs, even in my college days, and that's how I realized, because I used to ask them, that if you had to if if you had to start up, and you, since you already are an entrepreneur, if given a chance, would you want to start sooner or later? And almost everybody used to say, oh, they would have started much sooner, much earlier than they did eventually. So that's when I realized that maybe I should do that as soon as possible. So that's what I did, and that's where I think independent. If we look at it from a macro perspective, if we look at the country as a whole, yes, when uh, when we became independent, when India became independent, what exactly changed? I mean, people didn't change; people were the same. The systems also didn't change overnight, but just the feeling of being independent, that itself was powerful. And if we look at, in an individual context, that's what I see, that that's being independent. You feel that power. Yeah, of course you feel responsible as well, but you feel that power. Yes, I am somewhat in control of that small part, or of my destiny, or whatever way. So that's how I see being independent, and that's where, when we are working here at Superpro, that's what we are looking at, how to empower these independent professionals. Yeah.
So like one of the key points that I think I have observed over the last few years doing startups, like when, like in a way, when you're working independently, uh, you have to, in a way, you have to carry on a weight. Okay, weight as in not in a negative sense, but yeah, in a positive way, that you have to take all the decisions, you have to do like all the work. But the thing is, in the end of it, you change a lot. Like you are the one person who is responsible for changing a lot of things, and in a positive way. And doing a job, like when my dad was working in the Bokaro steel plant, like he, like most of the times he was pretty like badly hurt, because it's a steel plant and everywhere there is molten iron and everything.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's a very smart guy, very like how to do things, how to get new ideas to work. But it's very hard for him to get credit, even though he's doing a lot of things on his own. But when you're working independently, yeah, you get to do those things, and you get to remind yourself, okay, I'm doing this. This is the change I'm bringing. And again, like it's been from independence, I think it's been 75 years. Yeah, so that's why we remember all those people. They bring upon a change.
True, true. Okay, do we have some questions coming in?
Yeah,
Or
guys, any question?
Vidya is asking, why are you guys doing free call? So Vivek, why are we throwing money on free calls? Why are we giving all of this for free to people?
To start the change.
Yes. Yeah.
Because like, even though if you'll see, like, uh, I'm pretty sure most of us will agree that before COVID, not many people in India used to use video calls. But yeah, now we do. And before this, doing video calls for business, that was a pretty big deal, if you think about it.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember. Video conferencing used to be a very big thing. In 2000, yeah, 2015. If I'm right, 2015, my last startup, we participated in a tender in Germany. The
Yeah.
tender was floated by the largest stock exchange of Europe, and which, by the way, like it's again second largest in the world. That's it. But yeah, Deutsche Börse, and we of course the tender. There were other companies like there was IBM, Cognizant, couple of other big companies, really big companies, and we were of course the smallest one, the only startup.
Mhm.
And we of course, we really in my mind I thought it's not even worth to uh, pay that much to fly, just for a 2 hour meeting. I said I'll do a video conference. But even to do a video conference at that time with a good quality, I remember going to what a Reliance, what was it called? Reliance Info World or something, Reliance World, yeah, because they had that much of bandwidth, which is it will be like clear, and they'll be able to. So yeah, and we paid for it. We paid for that, couple of hours. We paid them. We got a nice room, and they had like a big television, and this camera. And guess what? The quality was worse than what we have right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, we have moved really far. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we are doing free calls.
Yeah, we really want people, the independent professionals, to be able to do this without these restrictions that, oh, you have only 40 minutes for free and then you have to take a paid plan, or you can't do this or that, or yeah, you are not in control if you want to really do it. We are giving all of it for free because we can, and because yeah, we really want people to experience that, yeah, this is how it can be much better than whatever they are experiencing. Oh,
Yeah.
what holds for India now? Okay, Vijay is asking, the question is not very clear. I'll jump to the next question. Meanwhile, Vijay, you can write what exactly you mean. Can you okay, next question. Can you share the opinion on the system setbacks post COVID-19? System setbacks. I assume you mean from a I think systems are like economic system, the financial system, or the business ecosystem overall. I assume that's what you would mean, or maybe the political system. I don't know. But yeah, setbacks as such due to post COVID-19. So just before coming into this call, was in a call with with our mocks panel, and where there were few VCs as well. They said that it's post in this new normal or the post COVID world, at least in India, everything is on a high. You see the stock market, you see gold, and that shows that as a country we have a lot of liquidity, which means this is actually the right time to be in a business, provided yeah your business does not really depend on people getting together or you getting closer to people. If there is anything, if you are in a service which can be sold online and delivered over such video calls, I'll say you are in the right business, and your business should probably grow every day, because uh, imagine most of the professionals who have been in services business like coaching, training, classes, and education and so on, they have been concentrated primarily on their neighborhoods or maximum their cities. Now it's a level playing field. Now you can so if you are a fitness trainer, you don't need to think that I'll be connected to my local gym and I'll be able to train people only in my neighborhood or my city. You can be a fitness trainer sitting in Pune, training people all over the world. So you can have clients from California or from London or from Dubai or from Indonesia, right? That's what the real power is. So I really don't see it as a big setback. I actually see that being Indians, we are a lot more resilient than rest of the world. So we are ideally suited to take advantage of this.
Yeah, so just to add on that, like, yeah, there might be a setback. There are setbacks in some of the physical things that we used to do. But again, to add on that, so like, even now people are getting married, their friends and family, they're watching on video calls. Okay. uh, New families are meeting each other again on video calls, and everything is going online. So yeah, there has been a setback, and it's a tragedy in its own, the COVID-19. But if you like see on the bright side of it, the push it has given to the tech, technology adoption in India, it's like huge.
Yeah, agree. Definitely. Definitely. So we have more questions coming in. 1 second. Okay. How to start from scratch when you only have the idea, wherein the idea is not digital but the actual physical work maybe. Okay. Yeah, Vivek, any thoughts? That if the idea
Yeah.
is not digital but it actually involves the actual physical world, physical work.
Yeah, first, I'm not sure about like in the current scenario, but for any idea, like it doesn't matter whether it's physical or digital, you have to first test it out. That's the first thing anyone got to do, because at any point of time when we are starting, like, only the basic idea is in our mind. We don't know like what the details are, like where the problems will be, where the setbacks will be. But yeah, you have to first give it a like uh, alpha test or something like that.
Yeah, my suggestion would be not to do anything which involves, again, physical work is probably not a bad idea. Physical work, like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm a fitness trainer. Yeah, I'm doing physical work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually doing the work, but it does not involve meeting other people, because I can train people on a Superpro session, and people can subscribe to it, or book me from wherever. So yes, that way physical work, then you simply can start. So there are two aspects to it. One, are you able to, uh, whatever you have, so service, if you are able, if you are able to sell it as a service online. Second, are you able to deliver it over a video call online, or some mechanism online. I think that's what is happening now. If it's anything which cannot be sold or delivered or consumed online, it's going to be difficult. Okay, we have one more question. How to start writing as a freelancer? That's interesting. Vivek, your take.
The first, as a freelancer, I'll say first you have to be interested in writing. And if you'll see, like at least online, you can see like what are the things available right now. So you can see there are very different niches of things. There's digital, there is uh, internet, specifically technology, then there is celebrities, there are tons of things out there. So first you have to find your niche, and then start writing something on your own. Put something on Medium, LinkedIn. There are tons of places where you can put, and you can like keep changing. Okay, I'm here, I changed something, then I went there, then there, then yeah, then you'll become. But again, the end point is, it's definitely it's going to take time. No one does anything like in a matter of day.
No, I'll say, if you want to start writing as a freelancer, we have a job for you probably. Try us. Yeah, I can't give a guarantee, but sure, depends on what you write. If it's something along the professional lines, please do try us. Write to us. We'll love to talk.
Yeah, I'll also put my email ID just in case if anyone one of you want to reach out to me.
Oh, come on, put your Superpro page.
So
Who uses email ID when you have a page?
yeah, by the way, I missed one of the calls and that guy was really cool.
Okay, good. Do we have more questions? Okay, Vidya is asking, can we be an independent while working in a firm?
Um, Depends.
Okay. So again, so Vidya here, words really, technically words have very different meanings. Firm, company, these are very different terms. But the thing is, uh, there is no, so bonded labor in India is illegal, as it is in the rest of the world, probably a lot of places. The thing is, it does not, if you're employed somewhere, it does not mean you cannot work outside of it. What it means is you cannot compete with your employer. Yeah, because then it is unethical, immoral, and there is a conflict of interest, because then you may as well see that the work that I am doing with this employer, I am also doing it on the side, and then you will see, oh, maybe I should not put that much time here. I start putting more time here. Yeah, and that's where the conflict is. So usually the agreements are to make sure this conflict doesn't arise. Or otherwise, yes, you a lot of I know my own friends who do consulting on the side while being employed, yeah, I mean, with large companies. So as long as you are not divulging trade secrets, you're not divulging your employer's information or the projects that you are working on or internals of the company, or in any ways you are not endangering the employer, I don't think anybody should have a problem.
So, just to add on that, Vidya, you also asked, have you guys ever tried it doing it before? Yeah, I have tried it once. So, I was working in a startup, hardware startup, and I was helping someone with putting a biometric security system in their VR headsets. So, that in the end, actually, that didn't go so well because there were so many conflicts, and finally, I have to leave that. That's just my experience.
Yeah, I have been independent all my life. So yes, I have been doing it on the side. Whatever it is, I have helped my friends start up. I have helped other companies build things. Yeah, as long as it wasn't something uh, uh, which was in any way competing with my own core startup, because in all the startups I have been one of the founders. So of course, I could not work on something which competes with my own business, because that in way, like I'm kind of damaging my own business. So of course, I never did that. And yeah, but outside of it, even now when I'm helping startups, I'm uh, or in some of the consulting projects where I'm being paid. So yeah, it's there. The only thing is, yeah, I cannot. So even like I cannot compete with my current business, as well as I cannot even now compete with my last startup, wherein I'm still shareholder. So
Mhm.
it does not mean that today a competitor of Innoplexus can simply come to me and tell me, oh, come on, let's do this. We'll pay you X Y Z. I mean, it won't make sense for me, uh, either ethically or even financially, because I own a lot of stake there in Innoplexus. So if I do something, it's going to damage my own reputation and my own finances eventually. So that's how it is. Manisha, how can we ensure our safety on the video call platforms or protect myself from fraudsters? That's a very long answer question. Safety on video calls, we are very serious about it. So as a platform, what we look at it is, we made it a point that one, even when people are getting booked for calls, we are doing a pre-screening. We have been doing it because in our just previous, before rebranding the Superpro, what we were doing at Joint, and even now, so we have celebrities as well, and who are very conscious of who is going to talk to them. So we have been doing a pre-screening, and in fact, we're already working on solutions where we can have an eKYC system, so our users would already know who exactly they are talking to. So people cannot remain anonymous, or they cannot really hide their identity and come on a video call pretending to be somebody else. So I'll say any platform wherever you are taking video calls, yeah, you should be 100% sure of the identity, right? That you can actually get a verification that this is indeed the person who he claims to be. That's the only way for safety. And yeah, on fraudsters while doing business online, there again, never share your personal number or personal emails, because your personal number most likely, it's not just connected to your WhatsApp, it's also connected to your bank accounts, and your personal email as well most likely is going to be connected to your bank accounts. So nowadays I tell everybody never to share their personal number or email outside of people who they absolutely trust. I mean, even in my case, it's only recently that I started using my personal number this much, because earlier I used to have a different business number which I was using, so very few people had my personal number. And now I think that yeah, I again need to go back to protecting my personal number.
Yeah, I think the key here is to share your information as much less as you can.
Yeah, I mean so that's what now we have the technology wherein it can enable that yeah, people can reach out to you or talk to you without really needing to have your personal email
Yeah.
or personal phone number. I mean that's what we are doing actually.
Mm.
You get a Superpro page, and then yeah, you don't really need to circulate your number or your email. Yeah, I think we have run out of time. I
Yep.
just got a ping. Okay. Good. So yeah. So in with the theme of independent India, I'll just close it here by mentioning the initiatives which we are running under Paid Forward. So paid, that's a term, that's a global term actually, which is being used. What we are doing is we are giving away our Super Pro accounts, the pages, to the mentors who want to help other professionals by mentoring them, helping them ride over this crisis, or helping them start on their own, or by any means. If these mentors can help other professionals, we are giving them the free accounts with unlimited calls and unlimited everything. We are not charging them anything. So yeah, if you are a mentor, or if you know someone, anybody who can be a good mentor, please tell them about us. We love to have them on the platform. And if you know of people who would want, who are in lookout for mentors, sure, we'll be very soon publishing the lists of our mentors, so that people can go and start booking them on their Super Pro pages. Yeah.